Today, I want to talk about how I was able to pull myself out of depression and the valley of despair. So, for me, I hit rock bottom in April to June of 2023, where I was really down. And every day I woke up, low energy, low mood, no motivation, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to go out, was always tired, was a downer. It was a very challenging time for me because my real estate, I was selling my mobile home park, and things were never going well. The buyer flaked out on me, kept on delaying, didn't communicate. It was just a very stressful process, and I never been through that much stress, right? I was going through, a lot of financial stress at the time. I was going through, a lot of other spiritual journey that I was going through. When you hit your 30s, guys start to go through like a more spiritual journey, and they self-reflect more. And I was just like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I putting myself through all this stress? I never had financial hardship ever. I can see why like financial stress is probably one of the worst stresses that I've been through, because money is your livelihood, and it's needed for survival, right? And if you feel like your survival is being compromised by having not much money, you are a lot more stressed, right? So that was the first time for me experiencing any level of financial stress, any level of any stress, right? And I was losing $10,000 a month on my mobile home park. I had the money allocated, but it just doesn't feel good to like lose $10,000 a month. I was working, making good money through my W-2, but like I was just like, for what? Like I feel like shit. My quality of life was terrible. So I would say for those 3 months, I was probably like depressed in the valley of despair. So how did I get myself out of that depression? I just remember listening to a podcast, and it was funny. It's called The Miracle Morning. Um, Podcast. They're talking about the miracle morning, where you wake up early and you have a routine, right? So what's the routine? Typically it's something where you're doing some light exercise, you're learning, you're doing some journaling, you are meditating, you're journaling, right? It's like 5 things. So from that, I'll just like, all right, well, that sounds cool to say, but like what actually works for me, right? So for me, I just said, well, I always kind of wake up late, and then I'm struggling, scrambling to get to work on time. So I said, okay, well, number one, I need to sleep earlier. And in order for me to sleep earlier, I got to eat my dinner earlier, right? So if I eat dinner, I used to eat dinner around like 7 to 8, but I moved it to like 5:30 to 6:30, because if I eat earlier, it takes me about, after I eat, 3 hours before I can sleep. So I would eat earlier so I can sleep earlier, and then I wake up earlier, right? So it's all correlated. And before 30 minutes before I sleep, in order to improve the sleep, I'd make sure there's no TV, don't touch your phone, don't do anything. If you're feeling stressed, journal it, right? So what I would do is I would essentially wake up early, and then I would brush my teeth. I'd be in complete silence all the time, because I used to wake up and look at my phone first thing in the morning, and now I'm like stressed, right? Like I'm feeling stressed, feeling anxious. I have a lot of things to do. Obviously, I'm a very busy person of all the real estate that I own. So like I would see I see like 5 fires I need to put out, and now I'm stressed, right? So I would not touch my phone, be in complete silence, right? No YouTube, no TV, no radio, nothing. Complete silence. Brush my teeth, wash my face, drink a big glass of water to rehydrate myself. I'll do stretching for about like 10 minutes. And while I'm stretching, in between the stretching, I will meditate for, basically, 2-3 minutes. Just try to turn off your mind, be at peace, meditate. I would do affirmations for myself, like what am I grateful for? And I would say, hey, like you feel like shit right now, but you're doing great, right? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I'd give myself some positive affirmation, and then I would visualize myself being successful. Like, oh, what is it going to feel like once I sell my mobile home park? What's it going to feel like once I get through this journey in my life, right? And at this point, I would prepare breakfast, and then I would journal, right? I would journal, okay, what's stressing me? What am I worried about? What do I need to do? What did I learn? And the theme that I kept on journaling was, this may seem like a hard moment in your life right now, but once you get through this moment in your life, it will seem small in 5 years. Like I'm gonna look back in like even 6 to 12 months and realize, this was the greatest moment in my life, where I've gained a lot of clarity, where I self-reflected a lot, where I've grown a lot, right? And now that I'm looking back, because now I'm out of that situation for about 2 months, I do appreciate it, right? Like it helped me develop a lot of healthy habits. It helped me become a better person. And I look back and I'm like, you know what? It was definitely worth it going through that period, because I knew that I needed to be at peak mindset, right? And then I started looking, okay, like what am I deficient in? So I would go to the doctor, got my labs tested, right? I test my testosterone level, I would test my vitamin D level, because that has to do with energy and mood. And what happened was my testosterone level was low because I'm so stressed. When you're stressed, your body secretes something called cortisol. When cortisol goes up, your testosterone levels go down, right? So obviously I was so stressed, a lot of cortisol, my testosterone went down. That's why I always felt tired, felt fatigued. And also vitamin D, it affects your energy and your mood. And I just thought, okay, maybe my vitamin D level is low because I'm not in the sun much, because I work in the basement of a hospital, right? So I measured my level and found out that, yeah, I actually am low. So because I'm low, I was like, all right, I need to take a vitamin D supplement, right? So I started supplementing every day. So every morning I'll wake up, I'll take after breakfast, I'll take a vitamin D supplement and a vitamin C tablet, because the vitamin D helps improve my energy, my mood, and I'm not getting enough sunlight. And then the vitamin C helps reduce the cortisol in your body, so that helps with my testosterone and my energy. At nighttime, I would take a multivitamin after dinner, because there's just, my diet's not diverse enough, and there's a lot of supplements or micronutrients that I'm missing. So I take a multivitamin, from Costco, and then I would take a magnesium tablet, because magnesium helps with relaxation. It helps your mind trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest system. So the sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight system. So when there's danger, adrenaline goes up. That's the sympathetic system. If you are trying to rest and digest or relax, it's the parasympathetic nervous system. So I would take magnesium, and it'll help turn off my mind. It will help relax me so I can go to sleep, right? So I would take that at nighttime, and it helped me, right? And at that point, I would make sure I had to cut out a lot of things, right? Like I had to cut out maybe watching TV as much, less social media. Like if I was like going through a hard day, I would try to like get extra sleep. I would try to exercise. I would try to reframe my mindset, try to eat healthier, so I don't feel like shit after eating McDonald's, or I feel like garbage afterwards. So there was just like a lot of things that I had to do. I had to change in order to improve myself and pull me out of that depressed state. So hopefully this gave you some insight as it was like owning some real estate, even despite the success you see today, the $5 million net worth I built, the $10,000 a month in cash flow that I built. And I'm way ahead of the curve relative to people my age, but I went through a period where I was depressed, right, for a 3-month period, and despite that had to get through that hurdle. So if you're going through something hard right now, maybe you can adopt some of these strategies that I did that really helped pull me out of my depressed state, and maybe you can use some of it, all of it, or a modified version of it to help you get through your hard segment in life. So just wanted to be vulnerable, wanted to share, and share some strategies that helped get me through this period of time and helped me become a better person overall. So, and kind of one last thing that helped me too was just like being helpful to people, right? That's what kind of inspired me to do this YouTube channel, was I wanted to be transparent, give value to people, show what it's really like to own real estate, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, the full, transparent, cold-hearted truth, right? That's always been my purpose for this channel. I don't want to paint a rosy photo. I want to show you everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I try to do that in the most transparent way. So hopefully you gain some insight. Hopefully this will help you. So hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.